बैठ जाएं। You were born in Ladkana.
Yes, sir.
Yet your domicile is of Sindh urban. How come?
So the reason behind this is that my education has been on different schools, and my father has been on different postings. So we shifted in 2010 in Karachi, sir. So we own a house over there.
So your domicile is of Karachi.
Yes, sir.
नम से आप पढ़े हुए हो माशाल्लाह. You have studied economics, right?
Yes.
How do you define inflation and stagflation?
Sir, inflation is basically the increase in the prices. General prices overall, which is in Pakistan, is measured by the CPI. As far as stagflation is concerned, sir, stagflation is when there is high inflation and high unemployment or low growth. That is known as, which was primarily in OPEC crisis, we see stagflation, sir.
Okay, what can you tell us about current account deficit?
Current account is a component of balance of payments, sir. So in current account, there is exports, imports, which is trade balance, and secondary and primary income. Deficits occurs when your earnings, such as exports and trade remittances, are lower than your imports. So that is what current account deficit is, sir.
What is the present day circular debt of Pakistan?
So circular debt of Pakistan, as far as my knowledge is concerned, sir, it is 2.38 trillion rupees.
What is the national emblem of Pakistan?
Sorry, sir, I cannot recall at this moment.
How many Sufi saints are buried in Sindh? Can you name 4?
Sir, yes, sir. So first is Lal Shahbaz Qalandar, sir. The second is Mirza Khalij Beg, and the third and the fourth is Satil Sarmast, and Sir Shah Abdul Latif. These are the 4 saints that I can recall, sir.
बेटे जवाब दुरुस्त भी है और नामुकम्मल भी है. Now my next question, why is Shahbaz Qalandar? That's not his name. Why is he called Lal?
Sir, as far as my knowledge is concerned, sir, Lal is someone who is, in Sindhi, is someone who we say in love. So that is, I think, primary reason why Lal is, in my knowledge.
Very close. What is the significance of Nankana Sahib for the Sikh community?
So Nankana Sahib is the religious site of the Sikh community. Sir, this is something that I know, but I have not ample amount of knowledge on that.
Again, beta, आपका जवाब मैं incomplete मानता हूँ. What measures would you personally suggest to attract foreign direct investment?
So as far as foreign direct investment, the first thing that we need to do is that we need to ensure political stability in Pakistan. The second is we need to increase our reserves, because as everyone is in literature, reserves have always been, which is known as monetary power, that has always attracted the foreign inflows. And the third thing we need to do is that we need to ensure the rule of law. And the fourth thing is that we need to have stability of exchange rate. That is very important for the foreign inflows, sir.
You have studied European history. It is said that the Treaty of Versailles, signed immediately after the First World War, was the reason for the start of the Second World War. Give me your comments on that.
So I think Treaty of Versailles' brutal treatment of Germany with the war greed clause and the economic clauses that were given to the Germany was primarily the reason why the rise of Hitler and the fascism. And the second was that Italian demands were not met, which led to the Italian irredentism, which was also one of the causes of the World War II. And the third thing is, sir, that the League of Nations, the formulation of League of Nations was a laissez-faire, which everyone can opt out. So that was also the reason why we see that this open and membership of the League of Nations was also one of the reasons why there was World War II, sir.
What role, if any, did Woodrow Wilson, the then President of USA, play in the signing of the Treaty of Versailles?
Sir, Woodrow Wilson was one of the main signatory of the Treaty of Versailles. He gave the collective security, the concept of collective security, which was very unknown to the Europe, and he gave 20 points, I believe, that were related to the how the world is need to shape. But, however, after the Woodrow Wilson signed, it was not, which was not buttressed by the Congress and led to the isolationism by the United States of America.
Did the US follow up this Treaty of Versailles?
No, sir. As I mentioned, sir, they did not.
Okay, my last question. Tell us, what do you know about Mukhtara Mai?
Yes, sir. So the Mukhtara Mai was basically the murder which was done, the rape that was done on Mukhtara Mai in the South Punjab in the South Punjab. It was primarily the rape was done by the Mazlumi men, sir. I think I cannot recall the right name, but that led to the huge hue and cry. It was also the perpetrators were taken to the Supreme Court and High Court, but the verdict was that some of the accused were let free, but one was convicted, sir, in my opinion, sir.
Where is she now?
Sorry, sir, I cannot recall, sir.
Thank you.
You are a student of economics, huh? Can you tell me the difference between consumer surplus and producer surplus?
Sir, yes, sir. So the consumer surplus and the producer surplus were given by the John Marshall, and it was the introduction of in macroeconomics. So consumer surplus is the willingness of the consumer to pay, and the producer surplus is the producer's ability to give you that particular price. So that is the difference between these two. So when these two align, that leads to the equilibrium in the microeconomics.
Consumer surplus, isn't it the difference between what the consumer is willing to pay and what he actually pays?
Yes, sir. So this is also what we can say that, sir, that it is also how you define it, but it is the notion that when the consumer yes, sir, it is that the ability of the consumer to pay and that what is willing, and the difference is that consumer surpluses.
Okay. What do you understand by market equilibrium?
So market equilibrium is the equilibrium when the supply and the demand is equal. That is one of the key principles of the microeconomics, which was given by the John Sayce, which is also the Sayce law, that aggregate supply creates its own demand, sir. So that is market equilibrium, sir.
What is difference between fiscal policy and monetary policy?
Sir, yes, sir. The fiscal policy is done by the government of the state, and as far as the monetary policy is concerned, that is done by the central bank of an state. So there are different tools that they are used for the fiscal policy. The tools that are used are subsidies, taxes, and repayments. And for example, for the monetary policy, there are different tools such as interest rate, open market operations, and standing facilities, and also CRR, cash reserve requirements. So these are some of the tools that are used by the monetary policy. And as I mentioned, so this is the main difference.
And how would you differentiate between comparative advantage and absolute advantage?
Sir, yes, sir. So the comparative absolute advantage was given by the Adam Smith. It is that when you should produce the good which is more efficient. For example, you are producing 2 cars and agriculture products. So if you are efficient in producing agriculture, then you should be going to the absolute advantage is that you should produce the agriculture. Comparative advantage was given by the David Ricardo, which was basically that you should see the opportunity cost. For example, you are efficient in producing both agriculture and the car, but however, there is another country who is not more efficient, but you need to see the opportunity cost. If the opportunity cost of producing agriculture is low, then you should produce agriculture products and delegate all the car manufacturing to the other product, even though that is not efficient in that market, sir.
Can you tell us something about Darul Uloom Deoband?
I think, sir, my knowledge regarding that is not up to the par, sir, but I'll definitely recall that.
While studying Pakistan affairs, did you come across this topic?
Yes, sir, I did. But
Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, before he established it as MAO school and then MAO college, it was upgraded to MAO college. But before establishing MAO school, he established two schools in two different cities. Can you tell me the names of those schools and universities were they established?
yes, sir, I think that were Moradabad and Ghazipur, sir, as I recall.
Okay. Speak for 30 seconds on Sir Syed Ahmad Khan and two-nation theory.
So, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was the pioneer who coined the word that is two-nation theory. That was because of the scattering or the moral consciousness of the Muslims that in the era. It was also one of the eminence of two-nation theory was primarily after the Urdu-Hindu controversy that was led. So, idea was Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was that Muslims and Hindus are a two nation and they need to have separate
Tell me
identity.
the immediate factor which led him think on these lines. Before that, he was not in favor of two nations. My last question, sir.
Isn't Sir Syed Ahmad Khan the same person who said that Hindus and Muslims are like the two eyes of a bride? Whatever you're saying is contradicting what I have said. And it is on record that Sir Syed said this. Now, give us your views on this.
Sir, that was, I think, prior to the Hindu or Urdu controversy that was in 1867. So, Urdu controversy that was promoted, which was primarily that Devanagari script should be promoted. So this was the bifurcating factor, or this was the pivotal point which led to this philosophy of the two-nation theory by the Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. And after that, he gave the idea of educating Trinity ideas, which were also primarily on the basis that we should enhance Muslims' identity.
Which city did this controversy originate from?
Sorry, sir, I cannot recall at this moment, sir.
Thank you very much.
In your form, you have mentioned your father is a government servant.
Yes, sir.
Why didn't you mention his designation in the department?
Sorry, sir, I might have missed, but he is working as a secretary in Sindh Technical Education Vocational Training Authority in Sindh, sir.
All right. Please tell us about your family. How many siblings are you and what are they doing?
Yes, sir. So I have 5 siblings, sir. I am the eldest, and the younger sibling from me is he's a doctor. He's doing his he's doing his job, and the rest of my siblings are studying in school, sir.
You are the oldest?
Yes, sir. I'm the eldest, sir.
The eldest. And your mother, she's a housewife?
Yes, sir. My mother is a housewife.
Okay. So how many cities have you visited during your father's posting or lived at?
Yes, sir. So I have studied in Khairpur Mir, sir, in Jacobabad, in Kashmir at Kankot, and I've also been to Khairpur, Nathan-Shah, sir. These are the cities that I have been to, sir.
You've been to. And right now you are settled in Karachi?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Mir Mussawwir Ali, how do you see or what is your take on the repatriation of Afghans from Pakistan?
So I think the illegal repatriation, the illegal immigrants need not to have the right in any country, and I think that we need to repatriate, and it's very. I think repatriation is one of the policy that Pakistan needs to have, because there are a lot of there is a lot of burden that is being happening that is on the state, and we need, and I have the stance that it's the right policy.
Mm-hmm. Is there any way that Pakistan can benefit from this situation, especially considering that the 600,000 Afghans that came to Pakistan after the exit of US from Afghanistan, they were to be resettled in various countries, and those guarantees have not been fulfilled. Is there any way that Pakistan can benefit from this situation?
Sir, I believe it could have a good leverage that Pakistan can have on Afghan Taliban to pressurize them to contain the TTP's antics or its policies or its growing resurgence in Pakistan. This could be a leverage that they can use Pakistan. This is one of the thing I could think of, sir.
Go on. I did not stop you.
I think, sir, that's something that I can recall at this moment, sir, for that reason.
All right. How many seaports do we have?
Ben Qasim, sir, and Gwadar Port, sir, seaport.
How many islands do we have?
Sir, sorry, sir, I cannot recall, sir. But
Name any two.
Charna Island, sir, Astora Island, that I can recall, sir.
Okay. We have a cold desert in Pakistan. Can you name it, please?
Sir, I think, sir, it's in Skardu, sir, cold desert, but I
The
cannot.
name of the desert.
Sir, sorry, sir, I cannot recall, sir.
How many countries share boundary with Pakistan? सोच के जवाब दें. Don't rush.
Sir, Iran and India and Afghanistan and China, sir.
Recently, Pakistan conducted Aman 25 exercises. What are these exercises? Which country took part in it?
Sorry, sir, I do not have knowledge about that, sir.
How many countries break away from the Soviet Union?
Sir, 15, sir, 15 states, sir.
Name them, please.
So there was Belarus, Latvia, Estonia, and Ukraine, and Poland, and Czechoslovakia, and Hungary. These are some of the names that I can recall, sir.
Can you please tell me about the names, or can you please mention the names of the female members of the Federal Cabinet of Pakistan?
So the one is Madam Sherry Rahman, sir, and the second is Madam Shiza, and these are the two I can call, sir.
What is happening with Panama Canal? आप खुल के बोलें इसके ऊपर for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, जितना time देना है.
So Panama Canal, basically, there is this. Trump has allegedly said that he needs to usurp Panama Canal. That is primarily because of the
He said he needs to usurp Panama Canal.
annexed Panama Canal.
He said that he needs to annex Panama Canal.
He is going to, sir, I think.
No, what you said, he said. उसने तो ये words नहीं बोले. He said we are going to take back what we gave. Anyhow, बात बोले.
Sir, so the idea, so the reason behind it's like the growing freight charges for the American ships, and the
Flight
decreasing
charges?
Yes, sir, and the
Flight
decreasing
charges क्या होते हैं?
freight charge, sorry, sir.
Okay.
And the second is, sir, the decreasing water at the Panama Canal, sir. I think these are the two reasons why that is the reason.
Who are the actors? आपने वो तो बताया नहीं.
So then the actors are the China and especially the Panama itself and the United States of America, sir.
Can you name the ocean between US and Europe?
Sir, sorry, sir, I cannot recall the Atlantic Ocean, sir, I would say.
Again, पूछ रहे हैं या बता रहे हैं?
Sir, I am not sure about that, sir.
What is Alaska?
Sir, Alaska is a region, especially which is divided between Russia and the USA. That is what I'm.
It's a region, a country, a state. क्या है वो?
Sir, it's an island. I think, sir, it's part of an island that is there where which is bifurcated between the USA and Russia, sir.
What do Russians have to do with Alaska?
So sorry, sir, I cannot recall that.
Thank you very much, sir.
Beta, you can relax now. जब आप एंटर होंगे, आई एम ग्लैड दैट यू केम हेयर टू अस टुडे, क्योंकि बहुत सारी चीज़ें आज ऑब्जर्व की हैं आपके मतलब जो हम ऑनलाइन नहीं कर सकते.
Yes.
For example, when you came, you do not need to ask for permission.
Alright.
You were pretty shaky at that time.
Okay, sir.
इधर आके खड़े हों, अदब से सलाम करें, विच यू डिड नॉट, एंड देन खड़े रहें उधर. यू वर टू ईगर टू सिट डाउन. ये पहले 5-7 सेकंड की ड्रिल बता रहा हूँ आपको. नो परमिशन, नो नॉकिंग ऑन द डोर. आराम से आए, इधर खड़े हों कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ. लुक एट द चेयरमैन एंड ग्रीट हिम एंड कीप स्टैंडिंग.
Sure, sir.
दूसरी चीज़ जो आप पे नोट की है मैंने, आपकी टाई और आपके जूते. The tie doesn't go with this type of dress, with this color of dress.
Okay, sir.
It's too dull to start with.
All right, sir.
You are a nice young man with a pleasant personality. इतनी dull tie doesn't make sense.
Sure, sir.
Okay? भड़कीले रंग में पहनो टाई. ये देखो, वो देखो. आपसे काफ़ी ज़्यादा उम्र उनकी है.
और ये भी मैं कह सकता हूँ, ये देखो.
बिल्कुल.
मैं उधर नहीं आ रहा. So in my opinion, even that is dull. The scarf he is wearing. So at your age, brighten up. इसने आपकी personality को suppress कर दिया. Lastly, brown shoes don't go with this type of color.
Black shoes, sir. Okay, sir.
Have to be black shoes with laces. ये आपकी घड़ी का make क्या है?
Pagani design, sir.
Okay, having said that, I see a good, pleasant personality. Okay, with a fair degree of confidence. Go के मैंने पहले कहा, you were a bit nervous when you entered. Everybody is more or less. You remained pretty well composed throughout, despite disappointing us by not being able to answer a lot of questions. और जो मुझे देख के ऑब्जर्वेशन में खुशी हुई है, इकोनॉमिक्स सीम्स टू बी योर स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट.
Yes, sir.
इस पे कैपिटलाइज करना है आपने. वो अभी मैं बताता हूँ कैसे. इस पे आपको अच्छी होल्ड है, अच्छा कमांड है. अब पिछली दफ़ा भी ऑब्जर्व किया था, आज मैंने भी किया, इन्होंने भी किया. यू हैव टू स्लो डाउन. बट वी कांट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट यू आर सेइंग. कुछ तलफ़्फ़ुज़ का भी है इशू, कुछ आपकी स्पीड है, कुछ आहिस्ता आवाज़ में आप बोलते हैं. तीनों चीज़ों का जो कॉम्बिनेशन बनता है, उसका रिजल्ट ये वी हैव टू गेस व्हाट यू आर सेइंग.
Okay, sir.
आपके फ़ायदे की बात बता रहा हूँ ना. आपकी डेट तो मेरा ख्याल में नहीं आई इंटरव्यू, तो यू स्टिल हैव प्लेंटी ऑफ टाइम, एटलीस्ट 4 weeks.
Yes.
उसमें अखबार पढ़ो, रिकॉर्ड करो अपने मोबाइल पे और सुनो फिर उसको.
Sure, sir.
Converse karo with your father and with your other siblings and tell them you're going to talk to them in English and they should correct you every time you try to speak too fast. That is the only way. Okay? Because it is going to cost you.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
And then you have to give detailed answers. You have to engage the panel by giving detailed answers. मैंने बीच में आपको वो सूफी बुजुर्गों की मिसाल दी थी. आपने नाम बता दिए, जो आप तो दुरुस्त है आपका, लेकिन आपको एवरेज मार्क्स मिलेंगे. उन्हीं की आप डिटेल बताओ, फलाना फलानी जगह, फलाना फलानी जगह, फलाना फलानी जगह, और ये वजह शोहरत थी उनकी, वो सूफी शायर थे, फलाना बुजुर्ग ये था, जो भी है. Then you have the tendency of answering in a questioning manner. 2 दफ़ा उन्होंने टोका, आप पूछ रहे हो या बता रहे हो. Even when you are guessing, आप कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ जवाब दें. गलत है तो गलत सही, पर वो उनको डाउट में तो ना डालें कि आपने गेस किया. ओके. लास्टली जो मुझे इम्प्रेशन मिला है, and this might hurt you, I get the impression that you are not, and I've underlined the word not, taking your preparation for the interview seriously.
Okay, sir.
अब एक आपको मैं टिप दे देता हूँ. पहला काम आपने वापस जाके कराची, गो टू अ गुड बुक शॉप, बाय ए फिजिकल मैप ऑफ पाकिस्तान, वॉल साइज्ड. उसको दीवार पे लगाएं, उसको सुबह शाम स्टडी करें. आपको हर चीज़ मिल जाएगी, कहाँ पे कौन सा दरिया है, कौन सी माउंटेन पीक है, क्या है, एवरी डिटेल. डू दैट. ओके. क्योंकि दैट विल कवर ए लॉट ऑफ knowledge about Pakistan. Thank you.
All right, Mir Mussawwir Ali. Most of your strengths and weaknesses have been identified and conveyed to you by the chairman of the panel. But at the cost of repetition, you need to speak slowly, one, and you need to utter your words clearly. Okay? And again, your general knowledge, which even if you were not preparing for its CSS, you should have known these things.
Sure, sir.
So these are very very simple question. The points on Durand line from where Afghanis and Pakistanis cross, you should be knowing this. At least 2-3 names you should have given: Khyber Pass or Gomal Pass, and then from Balochistan, this Chaman side. So you could guess. तो 1-2 का तो जवाब बेटा देते ना, ये तो आपको पता है कि यहाँ से हम अफ़गानिस्तान आते जाते हैं। तो ये आपने यानी मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि यू डिड नॉट इवन ट्राई टू थिंक, I mean put pressure on your brain to answer to the very simple question asked by him. And again, you need to, like he said, take your interview very seriously. I don't know what is the date. 12th of March. So you still have 2 weeks to go.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So improve your general knowledge. And try to speak clearly. When you utter your words should be understood by the listener. Okay? Thank you. Sir, over to you.
मीर मुसव्विर अली, क्योंकि पहले हमने आपको ऑनलाइन देखा था, 1-2 चीज़ें और 2 चेयरमैन साहब ने बता दी, आई वुड स्टिल रिपीट. 1, डोंट ग्रीट फ्रॉम द डोर. सर ने कहा कि आपने यहाँ पे आके सलाम नहीं किया, बट यू डिड ग्रीट, बट दैट वाज फ्रॉम द डोर. Don't greet from the door, don't seek permission to enter, and then don't seek permission to sit. Take a seat. वो आपको खुद कहेंगे. Obviously खड़े होकर इंटरव्यू तो नहीं होना. दूसरा, don't keep your feet like this, toes को ऊपर नहीं पैर को रखना. Sit straight. Okay. Now, necktie आपकी आज भी थोड़ी सी लूज है. It should be hugging the collar. See, like mine. It should be with the yes. The knot should be hugging the collar. हमेशा. ओके, दैट्स अ बेसिक रूल. ये वो चीज़ें जो आपको इंटरव्यूअर कहेगा नहीं, इस पर कोई शायद नंबर भी ना कटे, बट ये एक आपकी ओवरऑल पर्सनालिटी का, आपकी जो एक प्रेजेंटेशन है उसका हिस्सा समझी जाती है. ठीक है. सो यू हैव माशाल्लाह वेरी गुड ब्राइट पर्सनालिटी, वेरी प्लेजेंट पर्सनालिटी. इट शुड बी प्रिम एंड प्रॉपर. ठीक है. सो वो आप पे अच्छा रहेगा. नंबर 2, आपका जो स्पीच है, you use certain phrases a lot. For instance, आप कहते हैं as far as my knowledge is concerned. Even when you are asking a very factual question, like ऐसे कि आपसे कोई पूछे when did Pakistan come into being, तो आप ये नहीं कहेंगे कि सर as far as my knowledge is concerned it was 14th of August 1947. You don't use such fillers or such phrases for such questions जिनका बड़ा clear जवाब होता है, factual सवाल हैं. आपसे चेयरमैन साहब अगर पूछें कि जीडीपी कितना है पाकिस्तान का, तो आपकी नॉलेज नहीं, इट्स अ फैक्ट एंड फिगर. आप बताएंगे कि सर इस वक्त इतना है. ठीक है. सर्कुलर डेट की बात की तो अगेन आप ये नहीं बोलेंगे एज फार एज माई नॉलेज इज कंसर्न. आप कहेंगे कि सर 2024 में इतना था, 25 में इतना था, जो भी आपको याद है. अगर आपको 23 का याद है कि सर 23 में इतना था, उसके बाद का मुझे नहीं पता, बट यू डोंट से एज फार एज माई नॉलेज इज कंसर्न फॉर सच थिंग्स. ठीक है. सेम वे आई कॉन्टैक्ट आपका बहुत पुअर हो जाता है. एटलीस्ट इन माई पोर्शन जो मैंने ज़्यादा आपको ऑब्जर्व किया है, व्हेन यू आर थिंकिंग यू स्टार्ट रोलिंग योर आइज एंड यू स्टार्ट लुकिंग अपवर्ड्स, डाउनवर्ड्स, द लेफ्ट, जी सर.
नहीं प्लीज
सर. तो आपका आई कॉन्टैक्ट लूज हो जाता है बेटे, इसको आपने मुसव्विर देख लिया. 4th, मुझे करंट अफेयर्स को अपडेट करने की ज़रूरत महसूस हुई है बेटे. मैंने आपसे पूछा कि इस वक्त प्राइम मिनिस्टर पाकिस्तान के कहाँ पे हैं. यू शुड हैव नोन. अब अगर आपको पता होता तो आपसे मैं मज़ीद बातचीत करता कि उधर क्या हो रहा है, पहले किधर गए थे। सो व्हेन आई फिगर्ड दैट आउट कि आपने अखबार नहीं पढ़ा, तो फिर आप देखें मैं आपको पनामा पे ले गया हूँ। फिर आपसे मैं जनरल नॉलेज पूछते हुए अलास्का का पूछा। ठीक है, अभी प्रेसिडेंट ट्रंप ने उसके वाले से क्या स्टेप्स लिए, अलास्का कैसे यूएस का हिस्सा बना। दीज आर जनरल नॉलेज की चीज़ें हैं बेटे जो आपको पता होनी चाहिए। अगर पूरी दुनिया की नहीं भी पता कोई बात नहीं, पाकिस्तान की आपको पता होनी चाहिए। वंस आई हैड एन आइडिया दैट योर करंट अफेयर्स आर वीक, knowledge about Pakistan is weak, you see, I started hammering you there.
Indeed, yes, sir.
That is what happens. And उसके साथ फिर कॉन्फिडेंस ऐसे नीचे आना शुरू हो जाता है बंदे का। डोंट लेट दैट हैपन। लास्टली नेशनल इश्यूज को देखें पाकिस्तान के। हमारे जो मेजर इश्यूज हैं वो आपको पता होने चाहिए। सर क्रीक है, सियाचिन है, कश्मीर है, वाटर के हवाले से, ये आपके फिंगर टिप्स पे होने चाहिए और बहुत क्लियर।
डन सर।
टिप जो मैं आपको एक दे दूँ, आपकी इकोनॉमिक्स माशाल्लाह अच्छी है, दुआ करें कि वो आपसे इकोनॉमी पे क्वेश्चन कर लें, इकोनॉमिक्स पे कर लें। कमाल आपका ये होगा कि आप उनको वहाँ से निकलने ना दें। और अगर वो नहीं भी करते तो दूसरी चीज़ जो आपके हाथ में है कि उनको लीड करके वहाँ पे ले जाएं। अपनी स्ट्रेंथ पे खेलना चाहिए ना, एंड देन उनको वहाँ पे एंगेज करें। ये कर लो एंड यू शैल क्रिएट अ वेरी गुड इंप्रेशन इंशाअल्लाह। ये अपडेट करें और उधर इकोनॉमिक्स में उनको एंगेज करने की कोशिश करें। ये दो बातें। ऑल द बेस्ट फ्रॉम माई साइड।